Hello friends, so UPSC has recently conducted your mains paper. So let's look into this particular mains GS paper 4, that is ethics and integrity. तो हम देखेंगे कि UPSC ने किस टाइप के क्वेश्चन जो है इस टाइप पे पूछे हैं. Okay. So here this is the first question, and other point I would like to make is this: we will be taking up these questions one by one. So stay connected with us because this session is going to touch upon diverse areas of your paper. And this is the part A. In part B we will be discussing about the case studies. So here today we will be dealing with the first 13-14 questions, okay, that are there in your GS paper 4. So as you can see, this is your first question, which is demanding that wisdom lies in knowing what to reckon with and what to overlook. What to reckon with and what to overlook. Second statement is there in this question: an officer being engrossed with the periphery, ignoring the core issues before him, is not rare in bureaucracy. So I'll explain each and everything. हर चीज को मैं explain करूँगा. So second statement, it is saying that officer is just busy in the periphery areas and it is not able to address the core issues of the problem. तो दूर दूर से ही वो डील करते रहते हैं. They are not able to either understand, identify the core issue. That's why they will not be able to work upon to resolve that issue. उसको ठीक भी नहीं कर पाते हैं, दूर दूर में रहते हैं. Do you agree that such preoccupation of an administrator leads to travesty of justice to the cause of effective service delivery and good governance? Now they are asking this thing, whether if the officer is not able to address the core issue, whether it will be travesty of justice, क्या वो ignorance है justice की, and how it will affect the service delivery and good governance. Because if you look into the definition of good governance is about public centric governance. Okay, it's about public centric governance. And if your bureaucrat is not able to identify the core issue, और वो दूर दूर से आपको बस चला देंगे, scheme चला दी, whether that scheme is addressing the core issue is no or not, they are not even concerned about that. क्या हम उसे public centric governance बोलेंगे? This is the point that this question is demanding. So first basic requirement of this question is this: they are expecting you to enter into the shoes of a bureaucrat, that how much you are aware about the realities of bureaucracy. आपको कितनी realities मालूम है bureaucracy को लेके? Whether you know the situation on the ground. So they are saying that they are preoccupied, administrator is preoccupied. Now UPSC is conducting this exam, they want young aspirants to join the bureaucracy because they expect some sort of innovation. Okay, they expect some sort of innovation from you, that after getting into service you will do something innovative to improve the overall governance and you will be able to resolve the problems of the people. But if you are busy in day-to-day work, okay, if you are busy in day-to-day work, when will you carry out this innovation? आप इस innovation को start कब करोगे? This is the point. This is what you have to touch upon. And other point is this: wisdom. That wisdom lies in knowing what to reckon with and what to overlook. It's about taking decisions based on prudence. How prudent you are, how rational you are in your governance. This is what you have to touch upon. So as you want to start this particular question, you can start it by giving some definition. Say you can define the wisdom, you can define good governance, okay, or you can directly jump to the requirement of this question. The requirement is about this thing, that at present bureaucrats are overloaded. They are overloaded and they don't have time to innovate. This is the aspect that you have to touch upon. You can give the illustration that there is a district collector, okay, that district collector is overburdened. He is handling everything in the district. He is overburdened right now. He will be busy in day-to-day work. Okay, he will be busy in day-to-day work. He will not have the time to look into the requirements of vulnerable sections of the society. That's the point here. Because वो daily के routine task में इतने busy हो जाते हैं. That's the point. This is what you have to touch upon. Other point that you will be mentioning is this: there is distance between people and the bureaucrats. Okay, there is distance between people and the bureaucrats, that bureaucrats are not aware of the ground realities. They will be receiving the information through the hierarchy of the organization. इनको information कैसे मिलेगी? There will be hierarchy of organization. Okay, नीचे से ऊपर तक information आएगी. They are having very less time to interact with the masses. Now, Second Administrative Reform Commission have this suggestion that district collector should organize Jan Sunwai. Jan Sunwai in the sense that once a week there should be open, you can say, seminar type of thing where people should come and they should register their concerns, whatever grievances that people are having. DC should look into that. This is what second ARC is suggesting. The point here is this: DC is busy, he is not even having a single day. He is preoccupied, he is at a distance. They are not interacting with the masses directly. Information will percolate through a hierarchy of organization. So, in this way, district collector or bureaucrat may not even be able to know the ground reality, or may not be even able to know the core issue of the problem. Core issue अगर उनको मालूम नहीं होगा, how will they provide the solution? This is what this question is demanding, and this is the practical problem that is being faced, that they don't know the reality, they don't understand the core issue that is associated with the problem. So definitely, if you want to resolve the issues that are there, first you identify the core issues, and identification will require effort by the bureaucracy. That might not be possible because they are busy in day-to-day task. So how will you deal with this particular problem? Now, other point that is associated with this, in India there is shortage of staff. There is shortage of staff. If you don't have manpower, how will you allocate different tasks to different people so that they can concentrate on innovation? That's the problem here. Departments are overburdened. We do expect that e-governance will come out with the solution. भाई ICT ले आएंगे, information communication technology का use करेंगे, and things will be smooth after that. But no, there are problems in that as well. So we have to address these particular things. If you want to look into ICT, implementation should be at par. There should be adequate funding to these things. And other point is this: you have to deburden the important position. So district collector is a very important position. You have to deburden him so that he can innovate, he can think about new ideas, he can concentrate on vulnerabilities of the society. This is what is required here. This is what you need to put up in this particular question. So the question 1 had this B part. In this, they are asking, apart from intellectual competence and moral qualities, empathy and compassion are some other vital attributes. Give me intellectual competence means you have the cognitive ability. Okay, आप में सोचने समझने की क्षमता है. You have the moral quality means that you already know how to distinguish between right and wrong. Okay, आप right और wrong के बीच का फर्क जानते हो, and you will be taking the right path. आप right path ही उसके बाद लोगे. That's the point here. ठीक है जी. They are saying that apart from these things, you require empathy and compassion. Now, how do you start this type of question here? So there is a standard thing, you come out with the definitions. Okay, just one line is sufficient to define these things. So when it comes to moral values, they are defined as guidelines that assist in deciding what is right and what is wrong. Okay, that provides you a fair judgment that will direct you towards the path of honesty. You will be, it is required that you should know about your morals. It's about self-awareness. Okay, that's the part here. So you just provide one line things regarding moral values, empathy, as well as the compassion. So when it comes to the definition of empathy, okay, so here this is the definition. It says that ability to imagine how other person is feeling. Now you have to put up yourself in someone else's shoes. आप अपने आप को दूसरों की situation में देखोगे, then only you will be able to understand the depth of the pain. Okay, then you will be able to understand depth of the pain. How critical is the situation? Situation कितनी critical है, ये point आपको तब पता चलता है. That's the point here. Compassion, it refers to a step further, that is where a person not only feels empathy but also a desire to help alleviate the suffering of other person. That here is the action part here. Compassion is the step further, that you understood the depth of the pain and now you are looking forward to take some action so that you can remove the pain of the other person. किसी दूसरे का दर्द आप दूर करोगे, that will be the compassion. You will move out of your comfort zone. Okay, you will move out of your comfort zone. You will give up your selflessness and then you will give up your selfishness, you will give up your selfishness, you will be selfless and you will be ready to help others. Okay, you will be ready to take action. This is what the compassion is about. So they are saying that apart from intellectual competence and moral qualities, empathy and compassion are also required. Now they are asking you to come out to prove this with suitable illustrations. What illustration can we add to this? See, you need to understand one thing. Now UPSC is conducting this exam. They are selecting aspirants. Okay, IAS officers are selected here. They already have the intellectual competence, okay, because they will test you in different areas. GS 1, 2, 3 क्या है, वो आपका intellectual competency तो test कर रहे हैं, that how much knowledge do you have, and it is expected that they follow certain moral path. They do have the moral qualities. Okay, for that GS 4 is there. No doubt पेपर में आंसर वैसे भी लिखे जाते हैं तो जरूरी नहीं है that's a true test for your morality and all, but it is expected that certain values are present in the bureaucrats. Even the civil services conduct rules and all, they do mention about these things. ठीक है जी, बिल्कुल mention करते हैं. Other point is this. Now suppose you are working as a district collector in a tribal area and other person is not able to convey what pain he is suffering right now. Communication gap हो सकता है. You may not be able to understand the language of the person, language of the tribal, but their compassion and your empathy, if you have those values, then you will be definitely able to understand the pain and you will take some action to reduce their pain. आप उसे समझ भी पाओगे और आप उसे दूर भी कर पाओगे. This is what you need to understand here. ये चीज आपको जाननी है यहाँ पे और यही चीज यहाँ पे पूछी है. This is the example that you can write. There are multiple examples that we can write. Now whenever there is an accident, everyone knows कि कुछ हुआ है, but there are only few people who are coming there and helping them. कुछ ही लोग हैं ना जो help करने आगे जाते हैं. Not everyone will move out of their car. That's the point here. Okay. So this is what you need to understand. Other point is this. Now a person may be having different qualities, values एकदम full हैं, मतलब he is honest, he is ethical, he is morally upright, बहुत अच्छा है. But if he is not having the ability to solve the problem, will he be able to help the masses? अगर intellectual competence नहीं होगी तो क्या वो किस masses की help कर पाएंगे? They will not be able to help masses in a full capacity. So all these attributes are required. सब कुछ साथ में चाहिए. Then you will say that the person is, you can say, holding the true potential. तब आप बोलोगे कि उसके अंदर ट्रू पोटेंशियल है. दिस इज व्हाट यू नीड टू मेंशन हियर. ये सारी चीजें मेंशन करनी है आपको. दैट ओके, इट इज नॉट जस्ट अबाउट द मेंटल एबिलिटी, हाउ गुड यू आर विद द कैलकुलेशन, इट्स ऑल्सो अबाउट हाउ मच एम्पैथेटिक एंड कंपैशनेट यू आर. एंड देयर योर इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस, ओके, योर इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस will play into the role. that how emotionally intelligent you are. That's the significant point. वो चीज आपको यहाँ पे लिखनी है, ठीक है ना, वो चीज आपको इधर लिखनी है. This is what the whole idea is about. So here let's move to the other question. So this question is saying that rules and regulations provided to all civil servants are same, yet there is difference in the performance. देखिए rules regulations सबके same होते हैं, and when you talk about civil servants, they are part of the bureaucracy. It primarily means it's a rule bound, they follow rules and regulation. Then it says that positive minded officers, they are able to interpret rules and regulations in favor of the case and achieve success, whereas negative minded officers are unable to achieve the goals by interacting the same rules and regulation against the case. Now this question is pointing towards one thing. This question is about attitude of the civil servant. So they are saying that the positive person, the bureaucrat who is having the positive attitude, they will be able to find the solution. If rules regulations are complex, okay, if we do agree to one point that rules regulation in this country, they are very complex, बहुत complex हैं, तो फर्क कहाँ पे आता है? The difference lies in the interpretation. So here if the person is having a positive attitude, they will be able to find some ways, okay, and by finding these ways they will be able to implement those rules. उन रूल्स को इंप्लीमेंट करके दे विल बी एबल टू अचीव द सक्सेस, कर करा के भी वो सक्सेस अचीव कर लेंगे. इट्स अबाउट द एटीट्यूड ऑफ अ पर्सन, हाउ प्रोएक्टिव ही इज टू फाइंड द सॉल्यूशंस इन द सोसाइटी, solution for the problems in the society. Whereas if you find a negative person, now negative person will again and again bring those rules and regulation, and the end result will be red tapeism, लाल फीते शाही हो जाएगी, और you will not be able to take any decision. आप कोई decision नहीं ले पाओगे, okay, that's the point. And if you will not be able to take any decision, then there will be पॉलिसी पैरालिसिस, वहां पे आ जाएगा आपका पॉलिसी पैरालिसिस. दिस इज द पॉइंट हियर. ये पॉइंट आपको समझना है कि पॉलिसी पैरालिसिस नहीं होना चाहिए. दिस इज व्हाट यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड. This is what the demand of this question is about. So we need to hire those people who are having positive attitude, or you can say after getting into service you need to condition them with the training that they need to adopt the positive attitude. They need to find the solutions. Here we are not asking them to move away from rules and regulation. Here this is the critical point. हम ये नहीं कह रहे कि आप rules regulation follow मत कीजिए. Rules and regulations are important. We are not saying that you bypass those rules and regulations. In the name of flexibility, ये नहीं बोल रहे हैं हम. You have to follow them by interpreting them in a right way. That's the point here. So that you can do justice with the people. You can do good to the people. This is what the requirement of this question is. So here we'll move to the next question. Next question is, it is saying that it is believed that adherence to ethics in human actions would ensure smooth functioning of an organization. If so, what does ethics seek to promote in human life? How do ethical values assist in the resolution of conflict faced by a person in a day-to-day life? See, the basic point is this. Ethics, first of all, you have to write the definition, okay? This will be the start of your introduction. That do write the definition of ethics. That ethics tells us how to distinguish between right and wrong, okay, based on the set standards of the society. Based on the set standards of the society. Clear? That there are some set standards. Based on that you will come to the conclusion whether your action is right or wrong. So it is directly related to the action part, whether it is right or wrong, or behavioral part, whether it is right or wrong. Now the demand of the question is this: what does it seek to promote ethics in human life? क्या लगता है आपको ethics बढ़वाने में, ठीक है ना, कितना effort लगता है? So the point is this: throughout your life is a journey. You are learning lot of things, and throughout life you learn ethics over the time. It will be a constant effort at your part. Your education system can play the important role. The family setup, it can play the important role. How they are molding you, those factors are critical here. How your parents are behaving, those factors are critical here. Their conduct, whether you have the right teachers or not. So, family members, okay, right teachers, right peer group, your friends, all those are important, and you need to have right set of people around you. Parents need to be concerned about their behavior whenever they are around their children, because child will observe how their parents are acting and they will behave accordingly. If parents are good, children will act in a good manner. This is what the point is about. Other point is this: how do ethics help in resolving the day-to-day conflict? Now, first of all, you have to understand what's the reason for the conflict. See, we do agree to one point that there are certain rights that we have here, okay? We have certain rights, that we have the right to act or behave in a certain way. एक तरीके से हम act करेंगे, but your action, okay, your action should not be a trouble for others. Your action should not be a trouble for others. That's the point here. So there is a statement which says that one should stop twisting the arm, okay, when the nose of other man is starting. दूसरे का नाक स्टार्ट हो जाए तो आपको रुकना पड़ता है, ठीक है ना. There is also a saying that rights of a Frenchman ends where the nose of an Englishman starts. Okay, you have your rights, but they are not absolute. You have to act in a responsible manner. There are some standards in the society, okay, there are some standards which are accepted within the society. Then only your behavior will be treated as appropriate or inappropriate. That action, that behavior will be treated as appropriate, which is not creating problem to other. When your behavior will be creating problem to other, then it will be the start of the conflict. जब आप किसी दूसरे के लिए प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करोगे, वहां से आपके कंफ्लिक्ट की स्टार्ट हो जाएगी. This is what ethics can tell you, that this is the set standard, act in this manner only, don't cross the limits. You will decide your limits. When you will define your limits, automatically conflicts will be resolved. It is also linked with the human behavior. It is also linked with the human behavior, and we learn lot of ethical values. You will love importance of peace in the life. You will love importance of love. You will learn importance of love in the life. This is what ethics can teach us. And when people are following these human values, peace and love, conflicts can be resolved. This is what the point is. Ethics can guide a person to be tolerant towards ideas of others. दूसरों के आइडियाज को लेके हमें टॉलरेंस होना चाहिए. This is what ethics can bring to us. This is what we need to understand. This is what this question was demanding. Clear? So here we have this question number 3. It is saying, it's a statement based question now. They are saying that ethics is knowing the difference between what you have the right to do and what is right to do. What you have the right to do and what is right to do. So this type of question, it's a statement based question. Again, we have just discussed that concept, that you have the right to carry out your action. Okay, you can carry out your action. You have the right, you have the freedom. That's the point. But your action, your right, your freedom should not be a problem, should not be a trouble for others. दूसरों के लिए ये ट्रबल नहीं होना चाहिए. That's the critical point here. This is what this statement is highlighting, that we do recognize that you have the right to do whatever you want, but it should be right. That you will get from ethics, because ethics are set standards. They are set standards. Okay. So as these are set standards, and if all the people in the society, if all people in the society they are following these set standards, definitely the conflicts will go down, as all of them will be knowing what is the right action. They will be aware about this point कि वाकई right action क्या है, ये चीज मालूम होनी चाहिए ना आपको. So once you are aware what is the right action, you will definitely go for that. By choice कौन गलत रास्ता लेता है, ठीक है ना, आप सही रास्ते की तरफ जाओगे. And this is how it will facilitate lot of other things, peace, love in the society. And you need to have peace in the society if you have a goal of human development. This is what the logic is about. Okay, so you have the right, your rights are also not protected if people are not ethical. Please do understand this thing. अगर सब लोग unethical हो जाएंगे तो आप अपने rights को exercise कैसे कर पाओगे? So even for the facilitation of your rights, you need people to be ethical. लोगों का ethical होना बहुत जरूरी है. Because if people are not ethical, they will not take the right method, they will not take the right path, and certainly they will end up curtailing someone's right. Unethical people, okay, वो किसी ना किसी के rights तो curtail करेंगे ही ना. This is what the point is. If you are not following the speed limit, there are chances that you may end up someone's life. अगर accident हुआ तो right to life किसी का तो आप violate कर सकते हो ना. That's the point here. This is what the logic we have to understand. Okay, this is what this question was expecting. Now we'll move to the other question. So here we have this question. It is saying that if a country is to be corruption free and become a nation of beautiful minds, I strongly feel that there are three key societal members. Okay, father, mother and teacher. This is what Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam is suggesting. Now most of the students will be knowing about APJ Abdul Kalam. So you can start your introduction by writing, you can say 2 lines, or you can write 30 words about Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. You can definitely write about him. This could be the start here. Then you will rush to the requirement of this particular question. So they are saying that if we want country to be corruption free, now corruption is a major issue, and the point is this: one of the reason for corruption is the mindset of the people. So we have seen multiple things that are going on in the present society. Now in the society, materialism is increasing. People are becoming more and more materialistic. बहुत ज़्यादा materialistic हो गए हैं लोग. This is the reason. There is no end to materialism. कभी खत्म ही नहीं होता. And the end result is corruption. Because you will try all the means to achieve that materialistic benefit. आप हर वो चीज करने की कोशिश करोगे जिससे आपको materialistic फायदा हो, और end result क्या होता है? Corruption होता है. This is how things are. Then APJ Abdul Kalam is saying that there are 3 people who are important: father, mother and teacher. Now 2 factors are there at home. So normally it is considered that child is going to first stay with mother. So the point is this: mother is the first teacher. As mother is going to be present around the child for the maximum time, the values of the mother will definitely be observed by the child. Child will observe the mother. That's the point here. Other point is this: at our home, when we are children, your father is your role model. आपके father role model हैं. आपके लिए हर बच्चे के father role model होते हैं. So the way the father is acting or interacting or behaving, child is going to observe that. If the father is good, child will learn the good values. If father is ending up in unethical things, child will learn the same thing. Father अगर patriarchy घर में लगा के रखते हैं तो बच्चा भी वही सीखेगा. Okay, if a father is abusing the mother, child will learn the same thing. बच्चा भी वही सीखेगा आगे जाके. That's the point here. When child move out of the home, child goes to school. जब स्कूल जाता है बच्चा, okay, child will learn, child will socialize. There the role of teacher is important, because teacher is going to tell to child what is right and what is wrong. Teacher will punish the child for the wrong things, and teacher will reward or praise the child for the good things. So this is what child will learn, what is right and what is wrong in the school and at home. That's the foundation of your ethical behavior. If someone's foundation is good, if someone has experienced value laden education, okay, अगर value laden education किसी की life में आ रही है, that person will have the strong personality. That's what the logic is about. वो logic है जो आपको यहाँ पे समझना है. This is the point here. Okay, so we'll move to the third part. It is saying that judge your success by what you had to give up in order to get it. Judge your success by what you had to give up in order to get it. Okay, this is what Dalai Lama is saying. Now again, Dalai Lama is a famous personality. He's a religious personality. He's respected across the globe. So you can start your introduction by mentioning about 30 words on Dalai Lama. That's the point here. Okay, he's a spiritual leader. So you can start your answer like this, and then you can rush to the requirement of this particular question. Now it is saying that judge your success by what you had give up. देखो होता क्या है, people just see the success. Okay, लोगों को बाहर से सिर्फ success नजर आती है. They will never be able to understand the process behind it, the effort, the hard work that is there behind it. So you have to look into this aspect as well. Always judge your success by what you have give up in your life. That's the point here, because once you are convinced that you have put up all the effort in your capacity, there will be satisfaction that you will draw. तब वहां से satisfaction आएगी. There will be contentment that will be there within you. वो contentment की spirit आएगी आपके अंदर. Never judge your success with the others, what others have achieved. Rather, look into your success by how much effort that you have put up. कितना effort आपने यहाँ पे put up किया है. What sacrifices you have made in your life. See, there is a price to pay. Success के पीछे की कीमत है जो अदा करनी पड़ती है in different forms, and people do that. That's the point you have to understand here. Hard work is never going to be, you can say, fruitless. You have to have faith on your hard work. Look into the effort that you are putting in, then try to extract some satisfaction out of it. This is what Dalai Lama is asking you to make up. So always look into the effort that you are putting in, then draw to the conclusion, come to the conclusion that whether this effort was absolute, क्या आपने जस्टिस किया अपने एफर्ट के साथ, वट एवर एफर्ट वॉज रिक्वायर्ड, डिड यू मेक दैट एफर्ट, देन लुक इन टू योर सक्सेस. दिस इज वट दलाई लामा इज आस्किंग यू टू डू. सो विल मूव टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो here we have this question. It is saying that what do you understand by the term good governance? How far recent initiative in terms of e-governance steps taken by the state have helped the beneficiaries? चलिए, so majorly you can start this type of question with the definition. Governance की एक definition आ गई. Then we will move to the good governance definition. So this is the definition that is given by the World Bank. Okay, so World Bank added 8 major characteristics with the good governance. That your good governance is participatory, consensus oriented, accountable, transparent, responsive, effective, efficient, equitable, inclusive, and it follows the rule of law. So these are the major things that World Bank has suggested. Whether your governance model is having these 8 attributes, if your governance model is having these 8 attributes, then we can claim that आप good governance कर रहे हो. Then they are saying that how far the recent initiatives in terms of e-governance steps taken by the state have helped the beneficiaries. Now e-governance is considered as a tool to introduce good governance. And what the e-governance is about? E-governance is about using information communication technology in the public service delivery. तो public service delivery को करने के लिए आप इंफॉर्मेशन कम्युनिकेशन टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज करते हो, दैट इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ ई गवर्नेंस. ओके, वो ई गवर्नेंस की डेफिनेशन है. नाउ द पॉइंट हेयर इज डिफरेंट. वो चीज समझ में आनी चाहिए आपको. व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इन द नेम ऑफ ई गवर्नेंस? देखिए, ई गवर्नेंस, द आइडिया इज टू फैसिलिटेट गुड गवर्नेंस. द गुड गवर्नेंस इज अबाउट पब्लिक सेंट्रिक गवर्नेंस. ओके, पब्लिक सेंट्रिक गवर्नेंस होनी चाहिए. When we talk about public centric governance, it means that there should be people participation, means there should be two-way traffic. गवर्नमेंट और जनता के बीच में two-way traffic होना चाहिए, one sided नहीं होना चाहिए. But what is happening in the name of e-governance? Now in the name of e-governance, we are not facilitating this two-way traffic. We are just facilitating computerization. हम सिर्फ कंप्यूटराइजेशन के ऊपर फोकस डाल रहे हैं. वी आर अंडरमाइनिंग द होल आइडिया ऑफ ई गवर्नेंस. पूरा का पूरा आइडिया आपने ध्वस्त कर दिया ई गवर्नेंस का, बिकॉज यू आर नॉट फोकसिंग ऑन दिस पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट. दैट्स द लॉजिक. ये चीज समझनी है आपको. ठीक है जी, दिस इज व्हाट द पॉइंट इज अबाउट. देन इट इज सेइंग दैट लाइक क्या स्टेट्स ने जो स्टेप लिए हैं और बेनिफिशियरी को हेल्प क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं? डिस्कस विद द सूटेबल एग्जांपल. सो आई वुड लाइक टू कम आउट विद द एग्जांपल हाउ इनसेंसिटिव योर ब्यूरोक्रेसी इज. सो ENAM, National Agriculture Market Project, it was introduced as a pilot project in Haryana. Okay, in 2 districts it was implemented initially. 2 district में implement किया initially. It was basically that farmers will be selling their produce directly through internet. Okay, there will be the whole comprehensive, you can say a single market for the whole country. तो एक pilot basis पे हरियाणा के अंदर ये लागू किया है इन्होंने. Now the bureaucracy didn't work upon digital literacy. उन्होंने digital literacy के ऊपर काम ही नहीं किया. Farmers were not aware about this thing, that this is a new thing that has been introduced. मंडी में सामान बिकेगा नहीं, आपको बेचना है तो ई नाम पे जाके बेचोगे. फार्मर्स को पता नहीं था. they are not tech savvy, they are not digitally literate, and government was also not concerning about the digital literacy. So it, instead of becoming a facilitator, it created a hurdle. Facilitator बनने की बजाय ये hurdle create करने लगा. So this is the negative example that e-governance has created a problem here. But there are a lot of positive things that are being done through e-governance. बहुत से ऐसे example हैं जहाँ पे e-governance model के through आप वाकई you are changing the lives of the people. Look at the direct benefit transfer. Now it has completely, or not completely, it has reduced the leakages that were there. पहले पैसे की इधर उधर लीकेज हो जाती थी, अब वो चीज़ें यहाँ पे कम हुई हैं. That's the point here. Okay? वो चीज़ आपको यहाँ पे समझनी है. So we'll move to the next part. Next question is saying that online methodology is being used for day-to-day meetings, or institutionally we also knew that it was used for teaching, learning, for education. Okay, there are a lot of advantages and disadvantages. So now they are asking, describe and discuss the ethical issues involved in this. Online method के अंदर ethical issues क्या हैं? So first thing you have to understand, now come out with the definition. You can give a definition, or you can start with the event, what led to the emergence of online. So you can mention about this thing that during the corona time, this is what happened. This could be your intro. Okay, ये आपका intro होगा कि कोरोना टाइम पे online was the only choice, but at present some of the firms, some of the institutions, they are using this system on a regular basis. अब आज की डेट में कंटिन्यू कर रहे हैं वो. Now first thing is that what do we learn about face to face interaction? जब आप जाके किसी से मिलते हो, आप किसी की बॉडी लैंग्वेज को ऑब्जर्व करते हो, you learn a lot about the behavior of other. आप दूसरों के बिहेवियर को स्टडी करते हो, and you will understand about emotions of others. आप दूसरों के इमोशंस को समझते हो. Now here with the online medium, you are not interacting with someone, there is no body language here. किसी के आप इमोशंस नहीं समझ पा रहे, भाव नहीं समझ पा रहे. ओके, दिस इज व्हाट इट इज अबाउट. Other point is this: when we interact with other people, there is a psychological evolution that happens within us. That part is missing. वो part यहाँ पे कहीं ना कहीं missing है. So take this example: if the child is forced to go for this online, and in the online recorded lectures मिलते थे पहले, अब तो फिर भी online lectures we are conducting. Suppose this session that we are having, it's a recorded one. Okay, it will be premiered. So there will be no interaction between me and you. I will not be able to, you can say, clarify your doubts. आपके जो भी doubts होंगे मैं clarify कर ही नहीं पाऊंगा. आप सिर्फ मेरी story सुन रहे हो. It's a one-sided flow of information that is taking place. That's the point here. Now, child by nature is inquisitive. बच्चा जो है वो तो सवाल करता है. Inquisitive है वो. Child will have a doubt. Those things will be reduced. Now there is no one there on the other side to clarify the doubts that the child is having. कोई clarify करने वाला ही नहीं है, तो child का वो inquisitive nature दब जाएगा. Inquisitive होना life में बहुत ज़रूरी है, to come out with the innovation. Okay, नई चीज़ें जानना, समझना, वो चीज़ें life में ज़रूरी हैं. Those things will be missed. The overall psychological development, जो psychological development है बच्चे की, that will be majorly impacted. वो majorly impact हो जाएगी. And other point is this whole things creates a divide between haves and have-nots. Because all of the people, they will not be able to afford the online system. Only few will be able to afford the online system. Inequality will be increasing in the society. This is what the drawback is about. So that's why basically we can say that it is not a right medium. Yes, it can be an alternative whenever there is a crisis situation. Crisis situation में ठीक है ये alternative है, but it is not a absolute medium. Okay, so this is what we need to understand. ये चीजें हैं जो हमें समझनी है. Other question that we will be starting is Russia-Ukraine war is going on. Okay, different countries, they have their own stand. Now they are looking into this particular aspect. What are the ethical issues associated with this war? Now first of all, you need to understand war itself is unethical because there is loss of life. Okay, there is loss of life when it comes to war. Other point is this, like, is it right to go for a war? Now that you have to understand, sometimes the war have to be started to save life. Okay, to save life, to protect life, to protect human life. In that case, war is justified. So take, if someone is a soldier in UN peacekeeping forces. Now UN peacekeeping forces fights in, you can say, countries of Africa, basically to protect the citizen. जहाँ पे कुछ militant organization and they are creating violence, in that case UN peacekeeping forces are there and they are defending the citizen there. That is a justified thing because you are protecting someone's life. Even if you have to take the life of the evil, आप किसी की life ले रहे हो, it is appearing to be right. वो ठीक है, morally right है ये. Okay? When is it right to wage war? This is the answer. To protect someone's life, you have to wage war. You have to wage war in self-defense. In which case war is wrong. War गलत कब है? War is wrong specifically in the case when the country is carrying out that initiative or starting a war with the narrow definition of national interest. अगर किसी की national interest की definition narrow है, okay, like in the case of Russia. Now Russia is just having the selfish motive. Russia is not concerned about the human values. Russia को human values का कुछ भी लेना देना नहीं है. Okay, that's the point here. That's the point here. That's the concern here. There it is not justified. So this is what we have to write and identify things. Okay, so we'll move to the next part. Now other question is regarding this whistleblower they report the corruption, they report whatever illegal activities, wrongdoings, misconducts that are going on within the authority. They always have a danger of life threat रहता है उनको हमेशा मारा जाता है. We have multiple examples. S. Manjunath, okay, he was one example. So we need to have a strong protection mechanism. Whistleblower Act is definitely in place for the protection of whistleblower. Now there are some concerns that you have to look into. One is this: identity of the whistleblower, okay, needs to be protected, because if identity is disclosed, definitely the life threat is going to increase. Other point is this: here the role of police is very important here. How proactive your police is to identify the threat. And it is important that courts should also have the sensitivity. Courts को भी sensitive होना चाहिए, that some protection has to be given to the people who are regularly whistleblowing. This is what the overall scenario is about. So definitely this statement itself is giving the definition of whistleblower. तो आप जबरदस्ती इसका introduction में ये मत लिखो कि आप whistleblower की definition ही दोबारा start कर दो. Come out with the why aspect, that there are multiple examples in the history where whistleblowers were persecuted or उनको मारा गया. You can mention about S. Manjunath. You can mention about many other individuals who are whistleblowing and they are dead right now. ये चीजें आप mention करो इसके अंदर. You can mention about things that regularly they will come across death threats. Death threat तो आएंगे ही आएंगे. Whenever there is a scam and someone is exposing the scam, ऊपर से death threat आएगा ही आएगा. So there was this admission medical institution related scam called Vyapam scam in Madhya Pradesh. So Vyapam scam के अंदर multiple people were killed. Lot of whistleblowers were killed. You can mention about it. That will be the start of your question. Then you can mention about how things will be done, what need to be incorporated to strengthen the protection mechanism. Okay, at different institutional level you have to improve things. The legal arrangement itself need to be very strengthened. You have to promote whistleblowing. Whistleblowing को promote करना है, हटाना नहीं है. That thing need to be mentioned here. वो चीजें आपको mention करनी पड़ेंगी. Okay, so we'll move to the next part. Next question is about, in the contemporary world, the corporate sector contribution is generating wealth and employment is increasing. Okay, in doing so, they are bringing in an unprecedented onslaught on the climate environmental things. Okay, other point is this: they are saying that how corporate social responsibility is efficient and sufficient to deal with this. Now first of all, you need to understand one thing: what is corporate social responsibility? This corporate social responsibility is in line with the Gandhian concept of trusteeship, that you are making profit, okay, but you have to give something back to the society. Corporate social responsibility, this principle is based, this idea is based on the principle that industry, okay, industry is utilizing the resources of the society. Whatever resources that are there, human resource, material resource, okay, companies are utilizing it, they are making profit out of it, and it is the responsibility of the industry to give it back to the society, कि society को वापस भी देना है जो आप society से ले रहे हो. Now what is happening? This is the concept behind the corporate social responsibility. And here we have the Companies Act 2013. Companies Act 2013 is there, okay. That act made it mandatory that 2% of the profit is to be utilized for CSR activity. This is the legal definition, that Companies Act is making things legally binding on the company. Legally binding कर रहा है कि इतना तो आपको करना ही करना पड़ेगा. That's the point here. Now you need to understand, this is just the legal definition. If we look into the moral definition, okay, the moral definition will include multiple things. It will include what are the practices that the company is holding. If the company is doing bad practices in the name of profit making, it will have a bad impact on the society. ये चीज भी आपको समझनी है. प्रॉफिट कमाओ, एथिकल वे में प्रॉफिट कमाओ. This is what CSR is about. It should not be at the cost of others. कि आप अगर pollution कर रहे हो, that is not desirable. वो चीज ठीक नहीं है ये, ठीक है ना? This is what it means. So this is the holistic definition of CSR. One definition is there which is there as per Companies Act. उसके हिसाब से 2% profit आपको खर्च करना है. Other definition is about the moral aspect here. How they are carrying out their processes, how they are carrying out their procedures. Pollution कर रहे हैं कि नहीं कर रहे हैं. Those things are also important here. So these are the things that we need to look into in this particular question. Okay. So this is what we have in this session. Thank you very much.